day, good people. It's Stephanie of Dr. Stephaniecreates, and I'm back at it again with another video. Today, I'm going to be swatching for you my April inks. I'll be sharing the inks that I've chosen for the month of April with the pens that I've chosen as well. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'll first revisit some pens that were recently inked that will also serve as rollovers into April. So with that being said, and I apologize if I'm shaking the table, we'll start with the first ink that was in one of my birthday pens, and it is the ink called August from the Van Dieman 2024 collection. So we'll start with this ink first. Remember, it was a turquoisey blue. Pretty color. And because of the color, I chose to roll it over into August because, to be honest, I didn't actually use it much last month, even though I introduced it last month, showing you guys the color in one of my birthday pens. And if you remember, that pen is the Novelar or Narwhal Original Plus in the color Aquamarine. Spell original right, Stephanie. And spell plus right. Again, this is the color. This is a fine nib. And they named this Aquamarine for the color. Okay? So I'm sure you guys remember that one. And then the next one, to just get it out of the way, is my new baby that I just introduced, the video before last, which is my Laban Cambridge. It is a 325. And you know what? I'm going to do this because I don't want to just turn my water black from the onset, because this is platinum carbon black, which I'm sure we all have seen. But for sake of the swatch, we're going to put it down too and introduce that color. And then I'm just going to set that to the side and clean it at the end. And again, this is platinum carbon black in the Laban Cambridge pen. With a very nice nib. It is a fine nib. And I'm just writing all the things because on this one I wrote the color of the ink, but the last one I wrote the name of the pen, when in essence I should be doing both. So let me fix that with the next one. Okay. And that's the Cambridge. Still loving that. I shouldn't say still because it is brand new, but loving it. Okay, so next in our April currently inks, we are going with a purple color. Trying to keep this springy, so I tried to pick an array of different colors to represent spring per se. And this is Diamine Monbodo's hat. I had to pause because I always have to look at how they spell that. Because I usually just say, you guys know somebody's hat. And this is a deep swatch. But you should be able to see as I'm pulling through it, this pretty purple. I'm going to stretch it out just a little longer. This is a pretty purple. Again, pulled out for spring. Or I'm trying to channel it rather. But it is a pretty color. I put this purple in another Novelar. But this one was a special edition, I want to say gold spot pens. It's the Nebuloso. See that pretty diamond cast in the pen? This was my first pen also that I allowed myself to get with gold accents. Because again, as I say over and over again, I'm a silver girl, not really a gold girl. But when gold on a pen is pretty, you can't deny it. And gold on this pen is pretty, just like it is on the Cambridge. Okay. And this ink is Diamine. Monbodo's is how I'm going to say it. Hat. And you see how it's coming out a little shady. Or shall I say sheeny in this pen. It's interesting. It is a fine nib. Okay. All right. Now see, for me, that came out a little different. The writing sample versus the swatch. But I know the swatch, I was a little heavy-handed too. Okay. We won't belabor that point. All right. Our next color is from a dominant industry. It is a Wonder Pens exclusive. I was so excited when it came back in stock. And it is the ginger chicken color. I have a full bottle of ginger chicken, but Wonder Pens, their samples are so huge. Look at this. They gave me this. They sent this along with the bottle I purchased. So why wouldn't I use this up before opening and getting into my bottle? Okay. And this is ginger chicken. Pretty swatch. I tried not to go so heavy as far as, changing the color of the ink or making it darker per se. And I really haven't been enjoying just this last week because I just did this. But I really enjoy the the pen that I put this color in because I really enjoy this color. So with that being said, I put this ink in one of my Leonardo Memento Zeros. Yeah, I want to say this is the Punta Vita. Maybe not Punta because I don't know if that's a nice word in another language. But this is a Leonardo Memento Zero. And if you know, let me shake it up a little bit because this ink does have shimmer. I don't know if it'll show it on the swatch, but if you know me, I love a Leonardo nib. Right now, the Leonardos and the Estes are running up as my smoothest nibs that I'm dealing with. So I'm just going to put DI for Dominant Industry. And this is Ginger Chicken. That's the name of the ink. I don't know if you can tell. See how smooth that's writing for me? This is also a fine nib. I originally bought this pen with a broad nib, which I still have, but I changed it early on to a Memento Stephanie. Y'all know I'll jack up some pronunciation and some spelling. But you get the gist of it. Beautiful color. And I think it goes well with this pen. And I was playing off of the ginger in this pen. Okay. Believe it or not, this is my first time trying a Sailor or Pilot. Pilot, I apologize, see? Pilot ink in a pen. I have samples and I've never used them until now. But it's the Ishirozuku in the color Tukio. Tuskio. Here you go. It's in that color, which is essentially a blue. And if I've messed that up, you guys correct me in the comments, because again, this is my first time with this type of ink. Like I said, I've had them as samples and have never inked them up until now. And I am not above being corrected if I'm wrong, because how else am I going to learn? Pretty blue, if I do say so myself. Let me pick up some more of that color and spread it out. Okay. Recap that, because we know we've had a catastrophe here recently with me knocking over color. Okay, and I have put this pretty blue ink inside of another one of my birthday pens. This is a Hongdian C35. If you remember, this is the pen with all the detail in the cap and right below the thread. Okay. And it is a Eero Shizuku ink. Okay. This nib is pretty smooth too. To be a Hongdian, you know I don't discriminate. This is a fine nib, because for me, if the pen works, the pen works. If the nib works, the nib works. And when it's an affordable pen like this, you just consider yourself grateful that you got an affordable pen that you love how it writes. And that is the case for me with this pen. All right. Next up, we have another Dominant Industry ink. Again, another ink that I have an actual bottle of, an exclusive from Wonder Pens. If you remember these inks, I shared them when I first got them. But this is Tuna and Olives. Again, a Wonder Pens exclusive. I think that's the name of the owner's cats. It is a pretty green. And I know you guys knew a green was coming somewhere in this video. Tuna and Olives. Another ink that is always out of stock. So when you see it in stock, grab it. And they do restock it, but it does go out of stock pretty fast. That's been my experience. But it's this pretty green. Okay. And I put this green ink in my special edition Lamy that I got from Japan. Now, I know a lot of people grabbed this pen, sought it out, and finally found one, like I did. And then when they got it, they were disappointed. But I mean, it advertised as a special edition because of the color and the gold clip. But you knew it was going to be a standard, regular plastic Lamy. So I don't understand how that part disappointed you. But nonetheless, I really like mine. I got it in a fine nib. And I too agree with the people that agree that a Lamy with a coated nib just writes different than a regular Lamy. I agree with that. But I enjoy them nonetheless. Tuna and Olives with an S. Pretty green. This is a fine nib. And this is my Lamy special edition. Because you could only get these and order these from Japan. So that's what I did because I really wanted it. Okay. So far we have 6 currently inked for April that I think are going to represent spring pretty well. Okay, we have 2 more inks. Let's flip over and try not to cause any trouble or spills. The next ink in my lineup is a Birmingham Pen Company ink called Waterfront Dusk. Now again, I was trying to channel spring, but I was also trying to channel using some inks I hadn't used either at all or in a while, and then using some pens that I wanted to show love to this month as well. This is Waterfront Dusk from Birmingham Pen Company. And to me, I think it's in the purple family. I'm going to try to get a swatch that'll help show the colors. And try to spread it out so you can see. Because see, it's like a dusty purple, and it does have the word dust in the name of the color. But this is called Waterfront Dusk. And I wanted to write with it this month. Show it a little love, and hopefully it'll match up with some of my planner layouts and some of my journal layouts throughout the month of April. So when I grabbed this color, I was happy to put it in one of my new pens once again. I hate to sound like that, but you guys know it was my birthday. I'm getting sad because it's about to be April and I can't holler my birthday month anymore. But I wanted to put something in this pen different besides just the normal everyday black. And you guys know I like a dark gray too. So I went for something different. I decided to put this Waterfront Dusk in this Moltini pen. So this is Birmingham Pen Company. And this is Waterfront Dusk. And I am enjoying this pen as well. I really am enjoying this nib. This is my first Molteni pen. This is a medium nib. And I hate to say it, but I'm going to have to get another Molteni because you guys know I buy my pens in twos. So everybody has a sister or a brother. But no time soon because I'm trying to be good. But you guys know I'll let you know. All right, so this is the Waterfront Dusk with the Molteni pen. Looks good. And then lastly, I knew a little green was going to get on there, but that's okay. Last color I wanted to pull in for right now, because you guys know how I do throughout the month. I'll add more colors. And again, I won't necessarily come back on here and film it, but I will add it in this book if I add the color during the month. Can you guess? Because what shade am I missing? Besides my red, but you know, I'm not doing a red, and I already have my King of the Night inked up in a red. So if you guessed the brown, you are right. I'm going to say I went back old school on this one, but I went back to a very popular ink. This is the Pelikan Brilliant Brown. I think this was the very first actual bottle of ink I purchased for myself. When I finally said, okay, with the samples, I want to be a big girl now and get a bottle. This was the first bottle I bought it off Amazon. And still love it. Oh gosh, yeah, we're going into April, and April will be my 1 year penversary. I fell down this rabbit hole April of 2024. No go. Oh, I'm going to have to do something special for the penversary, guys. I'll think of something. And with the Pelikan Brilliant Brown, I put it in another one of my favorite pens, one of my radiuses. This is the Setimo Blanco. And again, this was Pelikan. Brilliant Brown. With this lovely nib. I think this is a fine nib as well. Yes, this is a fine nib. And this is my radius. I think it's 1934. Setimo. Okay. So there we have it, team. We have some nice inks to start off the spring with. Go back over here. Got some springy like colors. Hopefully I put it in some springy like pens. And we're going to have at it for the month of April. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed me sharing with you my inks for the coming month and my pens for the coming month. Please don't forget to like the video if you did. Please share the video. And also please subscribe to my channel if you have not already subscribed. And until my next video, love on your family, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.